Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, and I figure I'm back in town, and the next person on the circuit of people I probably don't talk to very much is Vivian, probably because I don't like her very much, and she's in a really weird, obscure location in Skyhold.
How may I help you?
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the Circle?
After the Circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers. 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located, if you are interested in righting this wrong.
I'll look into it for you.
If you can take care of this matter, the Circle would be in your debt.
Huh. She doesn't seem to have any new story stuff necessarily to talk about, just more open world, you know, quests for your companion type stuff, which is fine. Come to think of it, I really should be talking to the people I actually take out most often about what quests they need help with, because it just seems natural to be automatically completing that stuff along the way. I should probably talk to Cole also about anything that he may need help with. That's sort of the missing gap. Cole and Solus, just in case I'm missing something with them, because that's just, I mean, they're with me all the time. I might as well be finishing whatever they want.
Do you need something, my dear?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Oh my god, you're so boring! Oh wait, wasn't this whole area covered in... Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought this place was covered in scaffolding last time. Can I go in here? Have I been here before? That looks like that looks like it goes on for a while. Where does that take me? Also, this lower... slightly lower part? Oh, that actually takes me somewhere different. Oh, staircase. Oh, same balcony. Okay. Where does this go exactly? Someone's chambers? Got antlers. Looks like, I don't know, vaguely Grey Warden-y ish. Woman. Not creepy. Weird, fucked up pictures. Oh. Totally dark chamber for a second there. One note. A crumpled letter. My dear Eowyn, you have been the light of my life, the song in my heart for over a year, but the world has changed and both of us with it. How does one live through the rending of the sky and still remain the same? I've seen oblivion through the rifts. I fear our lives are about to end. You told me the distance between us would be hard to bear, and I said I would never seek the arms of any but yours. I was wrong. I have met someone in Val Royale. She is dark where you are fair. She fills her life with poetry, not battle. And her voice, her tongue trips so sweetly on the trills and flourishes of her Legion language. She gives me hope that we will survive this. I'm sorry. I will never forget you. Aurora. It's interesting to hear the breach in the sky referred to as this catastrophe that changes lives permanently. If for no other reason, then it's kind of reminiscent of in real life, for at least for Americans, there was the World Trade Center bombing, and like that's sort of like a before and after thing where the general tone of virtually everything changed. Looks like one little note is all I'm gonna find up here, though. What is that? Have I ever been here before? Oh, I just started examining something apparently while falling off a cliff. That's not awkward. Belanaris Dinin Him. Cataloging Skyhold. Elven arrow with inscription. An arrow. Elven, of course, because who else would be this fancy with the throwaway? I've talked weapon talk with traders before, and the squiggly scratching means make you dead, or near enough. Well made, have to be, to keep its shape since whatever ancient sod around it's from. All I know is there are centuries of knocks in the walls I have to patch. They have an edge if they don't hit stone. Tell the men to mind their fingers. They got fresh blood on this one. Mason Gotzi. Where was that? I didn't even notice. Also, I'm floating now. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's the arrow I looked at, I guess. So there's just arrows kind of around. Huh. This is a whole open area. I don't think I've been here before.
Fertile ground, even here. This hold has everything.
I can't believe there's still more places here. I've never plant seeds in Skyhold's nursery to grow herbs for crafting. Many seeds find seeds by gathering herbs in the wild. What the? This seems like it would have been a big deal to find earlier. I thought I explored everything. How do I even get in here? There's a wall here that there's a wall that blocks me out from the obvious direction. So, where's the actual entrance to this place? What the fuck? Like, is this attached to the main chamber? Oh. There's Varric and Gats. This is...
Strangest things, Inquisitor.
Have I never used this door before? Or was it closed before? My character looks amazing. I've never been here before. This is... Wow, okay, so I was about to go out into the world and do some quests. I think I have some exploring to do, though.
Thanks for my life in Haven. You've all sorts serving now. If that means change, so be it.
Alright, that's all that they had to say to me. Oh, notes! Letter to an Inquisition agent, my darling Wilbur. I am so proud of you. We heard so much about the Inquisition in the village. It makes me happy to know you are doing your part. I am sorry about what happened to Haven. I will light a candle in the chantry for the fallen. Please take care of yourself. I know what you're like. When things get busy and the fate of the world hangs in the balance, you must take care of yourself before you can help save the world, you know. Don't forget to eat. You're still in the mountains? It must be cold and wet. Why couldn't it be a fort in the hinterlands? Then you'd be closer to home. Well, dress warmly. Shall I send you a blanket? Shall I send you a blanket? Is that a typo? I guess I can't get too mad about typos. These are supposed to be written by actual people too, who make spelling mistakes. Anyway, you should write more often. I don't understand why you can't tell me what you're doing. You shouldn't keep secrets from your mother. Like always, Mother. P.S. What do you mean I have to address the letters to Rector? Is that what they call you there? Why? Your name is Wilbur Quigley. It is a good name. Wilbur was your uncle's name. He fought in the Battle of River Dane. We are also proud of him. Are you ashamed of your given name? Why are you ashamed, Wilbur? Is it because you're named Wilbur? I love the idea. Like, it's like, no, don't call me Wilbur. Nobody must know that my name was Wilbur. Now that I'm in this town, I'm starting a new life as Super Awesome McKillington. Yes, that's my new name. Don't you dare wear it out. Okay, at least there's a fast travel location. That means that... Does clicking on these just open it? Okay. Even if I have... wait, I already established how to get in here anyway, so it doesn't matter. But at least there's also a way to quickly teleport here. Hey, it's Mother Giselle. I don't think I've talked to her a single time since back in... I don't think I've talked to her since I was in the original Haven.
Inquisitor, the soldiers say you banished the demons at Adamant and freed the Grey Warden mages. I understand from Sister Leliana that the truth is somewhat more complex, but no less extraordinary. She said that you spoke with a figure in the Fade that seemed to be the soul of divine Justinia. I suspect many of the faithful would like to know what Justinia told you.
It wasn't Justinia, just a spirit imitating her. Whatever she said is irrelevant.
Those who have been cast down, the demons who would be gods, began to whisper to men from their tombs within the earth. And the men of Tevinter heard, and raised altars to the pretender gods once more. A verse from the Canticle of Threnodies, reminding us quite wisely to avoid the whispers of demons. Now, is there anything I can help you with?
And avoid the whisper of demons, huh? What about coal? I'm joking, of course. Coal, as a window into demonhood, is essentially like what Legion was as a window into being a Geth in Mass Effect 2, and I think also 3. The Geth and demons are pretty much universally impossible to empathize with, because you exclusively see them as an evil force. They just give you one hint of non-evil just to throw you off, but even then, even when faced with that, it's very difficult to reconcile the fact that they could be any more complex, because they only give you one counter example.
Can you tell me anything about Corypheus?
I know nothing of the man personally, but the Chant of Light speaks of what he claims to be. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, "Shall you surrender your power to time like the beasts of the fields? You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of heaven and be gods."
That was one of the old gods speaking in their dreams.
Yes, Dumat, as I understand it. In secret, they worked magic upon magic. All their power and all their vanity they turned against the veil, until at last it gave way.
That sounds like what happened with the breach.
Very similar, Inquisitor. Above them, a river of light. Before them, the throne of heaven waiting. Beneath their feet, the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step toward the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth.
Corypheus said he found only chaos and corruption.
The Chant of Light says that it was beautiful until the Maker himself spoke. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world.
Corypheus seemed so certain that he heard nothing. He described it as dead whispers.
Bitterness, perhaps? He paid a high price for his crime. Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime.
Walking bodily in the realm of dreams is exactly what Corypheus said he did. But the mark, could it be related to the mark I bear?
I cannot say. Perhaps Andraste saw clearly and we misinterpreted her words. It was always taught that the mark they bore was the shape of darkspawn. Bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. That is all I know of your adversary, Inquisitor.
Some of the Chant of Light describes what we've seen and what Corypheus said, but not all of it.
The Chant of Light is the work of mankind. We of all people must accept that mankind is fallible. Listeners may have misheard one of Andraste's songs. Just one word sung incorrectly could change everything. And how many verses were stricken or changed for foolish political reasons, like the Canticle of Chartan. Still, I would trust these words over any spoken by Corypheus. I hope they help you.
It's definitely interesting hearing a religious figure outright acknowledge the concept of, like, you know, like scripture changing for political reasons, or even by mistake, or like in real life, maybe even mistranslation or misinterpretation along the way. And that is interesting. That's actually something that comes up a lot in Talos Principle. As I've been playing that game, we encounter moments where it's like, there's a footnote here and there. It's like, okay, this is clearly just the person describing their own political opinion rather than conveying the word that they're supposed to be.
Haven was a cock-up, Herald, Inquisitor. But you did right by me, and others. We'll pay you back.
I'm wondering how many people did I save frankly, Haven's been so long ago now that I'd have trouble recognizing which people were from there and which people weren't. Although our missing quartermaster I definitely recognize as being the one who allied with Loghain. That was a particular detail that was more interesting than many of them have been.
Thank you for Haven. Less so for Redcliffe, but I am committed to serve your worship.
Oh, I said, thank you for questioning my capabilities. Fine, take that way. So I can plant seeds to grow more of things. So if I play, let's see. Rare, primarily defensive, also in restorative mixes, occasional offensive use. So I can plant rare plants. Does that mean that I get continual extra access to them? What is this, I checkmark them? Do I checkmark one at a time? It is just one at a time, okay. So let's do the Mitra vein. That seems to make sense. And then here we'll plant Royal Elf Fruit to get more and more of our rarer seeds. Can I plant seeds anywhere else? This is totally new to me. I don't think I've even heard anyone mention this mechanic before being in the game. The idea that you can come out here and you can plant plants to have them grow over time. I think that's it, though. Oh, it's Maeve. Have I talked to her yet?
Thank you for saving my life, and giving us a chance to help. I'm mostly studying now, but Helisma can talk to you.
Maeve. Oh, I think she was the requisitions officer back in Haven. So I think pretty much all of my vital characters actually managed to survive that. I think that's enough of Skyold for now, though. Let's go back to wrapping up with places that I left incomplete before.
Inquisitor, Elan Vimal. Honored to represent the College of Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary. My colleague Adan was clear about the worth of your cause. I look forward to assisting him.
I look forward to working with you.
And are you? I wasn't sure what to think of you people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must.
Welcome back to the Fallow Mire, the creepy undead place that I went to at the very beginning of the series when I was too low level and had to abandon. Then I came back when I was about the right level, but when I was getting towards the last beacons, it started getting a little tough, and I was concerned that it might out-level me soon. But now, frankly, I'm probably way too high level for it, but there's only so much left to do that I might as well try to wrap it up, right? Makes sense to me, at least. Alright, this was interestingly, if I remember correctly, so we're going through, what am I looking at here? How do I get across? We'll grab a little blood lotus along the way. There's the path we take to get to that rift over there. So, what was interesting about this place is that we found a weird new race that I don't think we've encountered anywhere else. I'm trying to remember what they look like now, but they were vaguely Qunari-like in that they were like they're humanoids, but they're huge and somewhat altered looking. But specifics are escaping me right now, but I assume we're going to encounter them more, because this is where, if I remember correctly, somewhere down here, I think the whole point of us coming here is that Inquisition soldiers, members of our army, went missing in this area. And it's wow, it looks like we have two places to take Blackwall later too. Inquisition soldiers went missing here because of this weird tribe of non-humans was here and went ahead and just kidnapped them all in a very dickish move. Oh, that guy interrupted my move and successfully completely stopped me from he managed to completely interrupt my bull charge, which kind of killed my momentum as I was coming in. We got this though. Oh, I have a full focus meter too, so we can make rather comically short work of the next wave of this rift, if I so decide. Although I can also just do this, right? Ta-da! Alright, maybe I won't use my super abilities. Yeah. All that's left is one despair demon. Not exactly much reason for me to bother with using my my focus ability, sorry. It's funny, I don't encounter a lot of super tough encounters, so I just like the idea of having Vasti just use it just for the sake of it. Like, hey, let's just go ahead and just throw a horrifying, cataclysmic ball of death. Wow, that despair demon just pulled out some super special move we haven't seen so much of and just took down Cole in a split second. I think we'll manage though. It's fine. It's a relatively low-risk area, and Vasti has a new big scary shield. That was a welcome change.
Why would they want to make people fight? Why would they fight the Maker?
It is easier for people to believe that they were tricked into making terrible decisions.
The brothers shouldn't fight. They should tell their troubles. Their father didn't teach them to talk.
Often a problem, yes.
Interesting. I forgot that last time we came here, we didn't actually have Cole around, so that's actually a change. Oh, landmark. The den. The stench of wet fur is so strong it almost masks the pungent odors of the mire. Almost. So is there anything... Oh, there's a little bit of loot around here. We have another pesky spot... Oh, the demons are clever. A journal recovered in the mire suggests a rather unstable apostate is roaming around somewhere. The apostate, apparently named Widris, seems to be mixed up with some demons and could be dangerous. Let's find Widris. I get the feeling he may not be super dangerous to me now at this point. Wait. Let's mark that with a blue beacon because the giant eyeball's not as useful. So he's just somewhere in this huge area. So the specifics aren't what matters. Okay. So we'll keep an eye out for another doorway of some kind, maybe? Another way in and out of this place? Where am I going? Okay, this is going further outward, so this is probably where he... This probably gives me some idea of where he is. Since the open area seemed relatively empty. Who's this? It's a wraith just kind of hanging out. Level 11. Not the biggest threat. I remember when the level 11s and 12s of this area were the reason why it was so devastatingly tough. Now, somewhat less of a big deal. Just trying to generate some guard here while we deal with some of the less dangerous foes here. Oh, I'm locked onto the wrong guy. Whoops. I will say that the game's combat, it doesn't always stand up as well when you're actually manually controlling it. And that kind of shows when I tried playing the multiplayer during the stream, and also afterwards followed it up by giving it a shot later too. It's weird playing one character for a prolonged period of time, especially as an early multiplayer character who only has a handful of moves in general. You're kind of just holding the downright trigger a lot and hoping the party works out. Although, to be fair, I'm playing as an archer, so maybe DPS isn't a very interesting role to play in Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer. I imagine it may be maybe more interesting to play as a mage who's actually having to manage barriers to keep the party going, or a tank who's actually has a resource to keep track of in the form of
but it does other things instead.
She did not need a chantry. She needed to remember her faith.
But it also spent time with her. It wanted to fall, feeling.
They are always attracted to the world of the living.
Why did it only talk facing one way?
We all have a face we want to show, and a face we do not.
Man, I'm blown away by how many engaging little conversations there are between Cole and Solus. There's Widris. Hello, Widris.
We're near another artifact.
Let's be friends. And by friends, I mean, how about you lay down and just take a nice little dead rest? Oh, he's not taking damage quickly at all. Okay, definitely gonna have to focus fire on some of these incoming wraiths before they damage the party too much. Okay. Try to deal damage, take them out. There we go. All of the ads need to go down as fast as possible. Oh, Widris thinks he can bury her. Let's take care of that. Alright, bubble the area because everyone's going down a little bit. Alright, we're doing fine. Doing A-okay. Add a few damage over times to the area. Taken care of. Oh, there's one stray wraith. Should have paid more attention to my map, I guess. Overall, party's hanging in there, except Vasti's taking some damage. Probably because every wraith... He probably did an AoE aggro, so every wraith was probably focused on him. Alright, quest completed. Another 1,000 experience. I remember not too long ago when 1,000 experience was like a really big deal, and now it's kind of, I'll be fine. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, great, 1,000. So if I do 27 of those quests, I'll level up. Good, great, ha. I do kind of, what is this? Oh, cool, an upgrade for a staff. Neato. and something that Solus can activate. Let's make Solus happy. Get out of my way! Ta-da!
Ward off demons.
Let's see. Vasti took some damage. Just take care of that a bit. Vivian will be fine. It's good to find upgrades, because those are just more permanent inventory objects than non-upgrades really are. Wow, the glow of this item is really fucking up, isn't it? Oh wait, was that not the glow of the item? Oh, it's still there. Never mind. What is this? It must be a fire spell that's glitching out and looking really strange on the wall. Yeah, okay. I thought the item... Ooh, Dawn Lotus. That's a good upgrade item. It's good to find. I thought that the shine of me finding the object was somehow having a freaky effect on the screen, but it looks like not such a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and warp back just to save time, and I think also traveling instantly regenerates your. Yep, it instantly regenerates your potions. Also destroys Vasti's guard, but I don't think we need that so much. So my goal is to take care of the Velfire runes and beacons in the area right now and finish up the Lost Souls quest where the people took the frozen soldiers. I'll have to come back later, or maybe even immediately afterwards with Blackwall, so that he can, you know, so he can come by and be pleased with me for taking him on the expedition to recover Grey Warden artifacts. We should be. I wonder how close we are to finishing that finally. But yeah, I'm enjoying the back and forth between Cole and... Oh, we have some friends here. What is that? It's an Avar bowman. Oh yeah, are the Avar the creatures we... Yeah, they are. These are whatever the thing are that... this is the tribe that took everybody. This might be the first time I've ever encountered them in person yet. There's some sort of... blue people? Basically? They look a little strange. The first one we saw was male, not female. And, he was not interested in fighting us. He was just interested in closing the what you calls it, the breach that was nearby. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a full draw on this Avar bowman while everyone else attacks the other guy. Do that. There we go. Enjoy that spike of damage. Took them down very quickly. Man, okay. I just took him out. I just took this guy out before the rest of the party was even done with the other guy. Cole really is a devastating damage dealer. This is actually, I'm still I'm still really happy with this party composition. It fell apart a bit during the dragon fight we had because our squishier characters kept going down, and Vasti's not much of a damage dealer on his own. But when the entire party is still up, it's really devastating because Vasti's a tank that holds aggro really well and is generally hard to kill, which is shown by the part where even when the whole party died, he was still doing fine. Got a cleansing rune schematic, that's good. Even when the whole party went down, he was still doing just fine and not really even that much at risk. Vivian goes a great way in increasing party survivability. Solus weakens enemies greatly.
With so many rifts marking the world, I'm surprised any demons nearby do not fall back through. It would be a simple matter for such misguided creatures to return to their home and leave this confusing world behind. Would that not be easier for everyone involved, my dear?
Demons can't hear you. It hurts too much. Nothing here makes sense to them.
Not even trying to make sense of anything, is she? She's just so stubborn about this. To be fair, a lot of mages don't react well to the demons in the area. Probably because a basic part of becoming a mage is a demon almost murdering you if you're in the circle. I guess maybe Solus is more open-minded specifically because he didn't grow up in the circle where they forced you to overcome a demon in order to even continue being a person. The lost city of Barandur. In the 15th day of my journey across the Tevinter Imperium, our caravan reached a great rolling plain. Swaying grass hid flocks of birds so vast that when they took flight, their numbers blocked the sun. This, our guide informed us, was the great city of Barandur. Wonder of the ancient world, famed for its fountains which were said to grant eternal youth. Legend has it that during the celebration of the winter solstice, Carinatus, High King of Barandur, turned away an envoy from the High Priest of Damat. The priest called upon his god to punish Carintus for the offense, and the dragon god of silence answered him. Months passed. The kingdom of Barandur fell silent. In distant Minrathus, the priests of of Razikael dreamed of dark omens. Their oracles declared that a dire fate had befallen King Caranthus. Finally, the fearful High King of Maranthus sent a company of soldiers to Barandor. The men reported that the road which led across the northern plains ended abruptly. They walked for leagues over a barren, empty rock where the kingdom of Barandor had once been, all of it swept from the face of the world by the hand of God. Not a single stone of Barandor remains, and nothing of the once powerful city has ever been found, a secret now that can never be told. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, Travels of Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. I think it's actually been a while since we've heard from Genitivi. We used to hear from him all the time. But I guess we haven't needed to explore much of the hinterlands and the mire lately, and I think that's where we were encountering a lot of him in the first place. He probably is most commonly found in Ferelden, and lately I've been spending a lot of time... Oh, this was a trap! Uh-oh, hopping down here got me diseased tissue, but made every single one of these guys show up. Alright, let's go have some fun then. Gonna light you guys on fire. Does that work when you're in water? He seems to be burning, so I guess it works. Slow motion time. Enjoy that. Might have been pointless, he went down pretty fast. They're actually level 15, so I am over leveled, but they scale pretty close. I kinda wish the game just had whole game just had scaling though. Like maybe have level requirements for entering places, but I felt like it would be kinda nice if everything was always fairly close to being challenging for you. I think certain zones will completely stop scaling when you hit 15. Like I think 15 is the highest level for a lot of zones, aside from the end game ones. And so once you start getting 16, 17, and so on, there's just no more opportunity for challenge, which is a bummer because a lot of people want to be completionist about this stuff, right? It's kind of one of the nice things about Elder Scrolls games. As far as I know, Skyrim and Morrowind and Oblivion, I think they all scale based on what level you are and throughout your experience. And I think one of the ways they do it too is also that the actual units in the area will change over time. Like I know that Skyrim, what happens is that you'll have completely different enemy types in different regions. So like at the beginning it's like you fight some wolves and rats and shit, but then you hit level up a while and then suddenly you're encountering demons out in the open and crazy stuff like that. So not only do the levels scale with you, but the entire enemy types do, which makes it feel more right, because obviously little shitty rats scaling up to your level would be weird. Like if World of Warcraft's levels scaled to you, and you went back to the opening area of the humans and were fighting kobolds that were level 70, you might question a thing or two. So it's a good idea for them. It's a good idea to also replace the enemies. And some of that happened earlier. We went to the Oasis in a previous episode, and there was suddenly a giant there, and that was certainly new. Looks like we're about to light our last beacon. How are we doing on potions? We used one. I think Solus I saw get low for a moment, so I definitely knew about that. Oh, what's back there? It's another corpse hanging out in the water, luring me to stand in it so that they spawn enemies. I'll take it. Gives me diseased tissue. I guess it's not really a big deal though. I originally wanted the diseased tissue because I wanted to do the requisition. Because the requisitions seemed like they were going to be important, because it's like, hey, here's something you can do to help the Inquisition. Then you find out that your only reward for doing a requisition is that you get some, you just get a little bit of power, like 1 power. That's like, who gives a shit? I think I have 90 power. I have 101 power, okay. I have an ungodly quantity of power, so the idea of increasing that by 1 by gathering a bunch of resources that are actually potentially valuable, not so appealing. I'm surprised they didn't give you any... I could not know something about it that they tell me at some other time maybe, but as far as I know, there's no special benefits for doing requisitions aside from power, which is a bummer. You'd think that it'd be like, hey, do this many requisitions and you get your Inquisitions better. So like if you encounter maybe encountering Inquisition forces out in the wild, like they'll be 1 level higher, or maybe you'll get like a 1% boost to your, maybe doing one of these requisitions gives you a 1% boost to experience you gain in the area, perhaps? Just something. Even like, or like even maybe specific things, like this is a Was it this one's there's like a disease here that causes the undead, I think, and so we're making an elixir to combat that disease. So maybe the undead do less damage to you in this area once you complete this requisition. There could be specific lore satisfying. Wow, okay. Apparently, if I walk into the water, I die. That's weird. There's clearly an enemy hanging out there. Is he on like a weird ledge? That was weird, right? How is Vasti still alive? I'm not gonna question it too much. Oh shit! I shouldn't be playing in the water so much. I'm just making more of them spawn. Just making this making this take way more longer than it needs to be. Take a few out. There we go. All right, let's head up and actually light this beacon. I got distracted by the fact that there was potential item pickups in the water. Solus, go ahead and use a potion. In fact, since we're out in the open, let's see. Healing potion reserve. Let's say no healing potion reserve. There we go. I just want people to heal whenever they're low on health, because I have a lot of healing potions, and we're not doing. The healing potion reserve is more useful for when you're in the middle of an instance. Not an instance, sorry. When you're in the middle of a actual dungeon where you have to conserve potions carefully. I mostly just want people to not die. Ah, conveniently fell down that ledge out of my line of sight. There we go. Shatter combo. See what I was talking about? How it just happens. You give enough people the ability to prime various combos, then the detonations just kind of happen on their own. So I don't feel much need to set them up anymore. It is kind of a clusterfuck. Like having a setup and a payoff for combos if you were a one-person thing. Like if this was Dark Souls and I had a setup and payoff for combos, that would work great. I would totally pay attention to that because it would be vital to staying alive in that game. So here come the baddies, right? Yep, there he is. Alright. Like, it would feel more vital in a game like that. In this one, though, when you have 4 characters and they're all spamming crazy shit all the time, it's a little harder to feel like it's totally vital. That's adorable. This is my first... I think this might be my first time fighting a Lesser Terror with Vivian having slow motion abilities. And I am so on top of that. Because it means that they're... Because obviously I had a lot of difficulties with these assholes early on, so it's pretty cathartic to be fighting one when I have the ability to just do a slow motion bubble where they can't move around. Because now that he's in slow motion mode, he's just screwed. He can't. Not only can he not teleport around at will to get away from me.
We have a path free of corpses back to the shore.
All right, we completed our entire beacon path there. I left it off with only 1 to go way back when, but now it's done. We got a good 280 Inquisition experience too, which is a lot more. That's a lot more influence. It's very handy to have. And we have a new Veilfire rune, so it was obviously worth it for that purpose too. So we want to keep. I think these are on how you unlock more runes. Out of the way, Cole. There we go. Veilfire and the Fallow Mire. These unreadable runes evoke for a moment a sudden and overpowering feeling of smug and vengeful triumph, as though a difficult problem had been solved. There is the image of a bottled elixir, then it fades. A cipher written in the last pages of Apostate's Widris' journal corresponds to the Veilfire writing found in the Fallow Mire. The deciphered messages are notes that, when taken together, form instructions on how to concoct a particularly dangerous poison. Huh. So does that... I think that might mean that Widris actually created... he may have created this entire problem. Like, he might be the reason why this place is awful. But I think has something to do with these runes and these beacons. And we may have unlocked something by going to all of them, it looks like. Maybe? Or not. There's no apparent specific hint that we've unlocked something special. Oh well. Oh! Exclamation point. Maybe that's it. I'll go ahead and backtrack across the water for a second just to see what's over there. Was something over here? Oh, just the Veilfire. That's fine.
Cole, you were the ghost of the Spire.
Yes?
Your murders stirred the Circle into a frenzy. That was what brought the attention of the Templars.
The Templars hurt mages.
Stupid, panicking mages who became a danger to themselves and others because of you. You brought matters in the Spire to a head. Without you, there would be no rebellion. Countless deaths are on your head, demon. Are you satisfied with the result of your protection?
You're lying. You're... Twist the words right and it will show its true form. Blood or banishment, either will suffice. You like the Templars. You think they were right. You don't need to be protected.
It can learn after all.
Well, their conflict and resentment is certainly coming to a head, isn't it? Alright. We still have some more undead around here. This is definitely a region where they just kind of come out infinitely, don't they? Let's see what I can find in this hut. Did I ever explore this before, or did I pass it up altogether? Nope. We have some surprises. And now they're on fire. Oh, not as many of them are on fire as I thought there would be, though. Slow-mo time. May have been a waste. That guy immediately took a lot of damage, so may have not been worth the effort to slow-mo him. Still, anything to turn the tides, and frankly the tides already are in my favor anyway. Is this guy leaving? Does he know we're having a fight over here? Oops, I attacked nothing. Oh, it didn't hit him though, so I get to cast again. There we go. Weird, Cole, did Cole just almost die? Where is he? He's not even here. Are they fighting someone else over there? I'm sure they'll be fine. They're only level 15. A little bit of loot, just hanging out here. Random rocks, okay. Why not? More resources for the pool. I definitely won't protest the idea of getting more of any type of resource, because it just means it's going to add to my stack. There's something over here that's showing up on my search. Oh, and we're also getting attacked again. Great. Because I set foot in the water for 2 seconds, so now we're under attack. Goody. Cabin key. Unlock the cabin door. Awesome. That's probably the key to the cabin that's right next to me. Yep. Nailed it. Alright, Vasti, let's get out of the water before 17 more undead come. Oh, there's one. Alright, I'm just gonna attack from here to hopefully stay out of the water. Because that's not helping. I understand stepping in the water spawning enemies the first time, but when it does it like 7 times in a row, it's a little irritating. Because it's just like, I wanna move on, buddy. It's hard to avoid standing in water when the enemy you're fighting is also in the water. Huh, surprise wraith. Not much of a threat, just a single wraith. So what do we get in here for opening up this cabin? Loot first, note last, because notes are mostly story-oriented. Maybe even a quest chain of some kind. And it's good to just clean out the room first. Okay, what are we going to find here? Waterlogged diary. A diary found in the fallow mire. One water-soaked entry dated 10 days ago is still legible. The damned roof leaks, and I've been eating boiled roots for a week. I'm squatting in a bog no one so much as spit in for 10 years. Still better than the alienage, thanks Andraste. That's the last time I visit the city for a while. I'm worried about the gardeners. They weren't sick when I left, and now they're all down with a fever, and their little boy is at death's door. Nigel Marsh said we should lock them in their home, the sour codger. Maybe I can bring something to help. Is it deathroot that cures a fever, or elf root? It can't be deathroot, can it? Ask Ira, which is right. I mean Ira, which is right. I'm gonna go with elf root. It's probably not deathroot. I'm pretty sure deathroot is used to kill people, because it's called. I feel like they call it. You probably call it deathroot for a reason. Pretty sure it's been used in my poisons up to this point too. Does this area keep going? I wonder. You probably can't set foot in this area without dying or something if you step in the water. It's probably an instant drop off where they just dump you. Are we under attack again? Oh, what? I think we're under attack again. Who's fighting? Someone's fighting. Oh, there's just a surprise wraith hanging out. Alright, let's take care of it. I think we only had one person in combat, and that person was currently, oh wait, okay, really quick here. Cole? There we go. Drop the, let's just have Cole drop the, that torch real quick. Oh, we took some damage, didn't we? It's unfortunate. But we can just warp back to the beacon anyway, which will get our, potions right back up, completely defeating the purpose of taking damage in the first place. We're fine. Right back to Lost Souls. Alright. That was a little bit of a sidetrack there. I have 12 again, right? Yep. Now let's finally get those Inquisition soldiers back. If they're still alive, they'll probably be grateful for the fact that they were left abandoned for so long, because it meant that they survived Haven when so many others didn't, because they were never there. Funny how that works out, right?